Welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna give some feedback to Diyor. And if you're new to this channel, welcome to Celestial IELTS. And I talk about IELTS, CELPIP, and other English tests, especially IELTS, and you'll find a lot of mock tests over here. And if you're also looking for a similar mock test, like the one you have seen, maybe you will see right now, then you can get in touch with me through WhatsApp or Telegram, and we can get started. So let's get to it.
Please call me by my first name.
That's more than enough. Okay, Diyor. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from in a quite small city where is located in the northwestern part of the Uzbekistan.
Oh, Uzbekistan. You don't need to add there. Okay, great. All right. So this test will be having three parts, part one, two, and three. And okay, so normally they'll be guiding you through the entire thing, so you don't need to really worry about it. Okay, they'll be guiding you through the entire test. So now let's talk about your family. How many people are there in your family?
Well, there are five of us in our family. The first, my dad, my mother, me, and after me, my sister and my little.
Hi, good evening. What happened? I think I clicked on something, but otherwise. Harshit, where are you from?
And just visit somewhere else, or just I have a spare time or any leisure.
Center at Sarasala needing. Okay, great. All right. So this test will be having three parts. Part one.
Well, there are five of us in our family. The first, my dad, my mother, me, and after me, my sister and my little brother.
Mhm. Okay. Do you spend a lot of time with your family? So that answer is pretty good. More than enough. You don't need to explain a lot. Good answer.
Yes, absolutely. If just I have a spare time or any leisure time, I would definitely spend my time on with my family.
Mm. Okay, good. That's more than enough. Now, about your hands, I mean, your body language really doesn't matter, but it would be better if you can keep it below your shoulder level. So, like this and all, that's fine. I mean, they won't care, but it's always better that you keep it below your shoulder. Okay, the shoulder line. So, if you can do like this, like how I'm doing right now, it's fine. Otherwise, especially if it is do a video call, don't do like this and all. It's more like attacking people. When I do like this, it's like I'm gonna attack you, right? So it would be better that you keep your hands down. Okay. Otherwise, this answer that. Okay. What do you usually do together as a family?
Well, with my family, we usually just visit somewhere else or have a dinner
Somewhere else, or we visit some places, not somewhere else. But I mean, that's also fine.
together at night.
Hmm. Okay, good answer. That's also more than enough. Sometimes some students give a really detailed answer in part one. That's not really needed. Okay. Okay. Who are you closest to in your family?
What did you say?
So when you didn't understand the question, when you don't understand the question, you can say, "What did you say?" But a polite way to say it is, "Could you repeat what you said, or could you please repeat the question for me?" So try to go with the formal, formal and polite tone. Otherwise, I mean, what did you say? It's fine, but it's better to go with the other one. Who are you closest to in your family?
I would say that my little brother is the most closest for me because we can just play like a friend. This
Play like a friend. We can play like we can play like friends. Okay. I don't feel like a fantasy.
but his age.
Okay. Despite his age. I mean, there is good language around there. Can you tell me a bit about your brother?
Yes, my little brother name is Uzbek, and
Brother's name is of the brother, so brothers apostrophes.
he's just 5 years old. Despite his age, he's got a very skilled and
He's got a very skill in what? Or you can say despite his young age, he's very skilled. maybe skilled in this and that. Maybe could have specified, otherwise it's fine.
He thinks like elderlies.
Elderly. He thinks very maturely, or he is mature compared to his age, something like that. It doesn't really make sense. Okay, so you're saying he is much mature. Sometimes, but not always, the examiner can actually make it more like a conversation, but usually that doesn't happen. Sometimes it happens. Compared to his age. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you think family relations or relationships are important in your country?
Yes, of course, it's one of the main factors that connected between the relationship mm, and the family. We now it's the sacred factor of among the people.
What factor? Secret?
Mm, and the family, we now it's the sacred factor of.
Sacred. Sacred. So, I mean, you can work on that pronunciation. Oh, sacred. Yeah.
Sacred. Sacred.
Okay, so you can work on that pronunciation. Okay. That's fine.
Among the people.
Okay, now let's talk about helping others. So usually in part one there will be two topics. Okay, sometimes they tell you in most cases they tell you like now let's talk about this other topic. With me sometimes I just continue, but normally I also say that let's go on to this topic. Okay. Do you like helping others?
Yes, of course, if I had a choice, I would definitely facilitate others by
Had a choice. If I have a choice or if I get an opportunity, something like that. Even okay.
giving my best. For
Mhm.
example, the last time my friend was in a trouble and I have to help him
I have to name. I had to.
by financial resources, and I gave them about $50.
Gave them or him because it's just a friend, right? If it is a group of people, then no. Otherwise, if it's just a friend, I gave him. If it's a dude, otherwise I gave her or whatsoever.
And he just could resolve his problem.
It's all good. Okay. So how often do you help others?
Well, I think it's not often, but it depends on the occasion. For example, this occasion would often happen with my friends, not other people, and with people who had better relationships or connections. That's it.
Okay. I feel like that answer wasn't clear enough, and it would be better that you don't say that's it. It's fine, but I would suggest not to do that. Have you ever helped a friend or a family member with something other than money?
Yes, of course. The last time when my dad was working on the garden, I have to help him with just a bit for about works. For example, just uh, carrying a water for plants, and this was the last time.
Mhm. Okay. I mean, if you give short answers now and then, it's actually fine. You don't really need to worry
So,
about
did you
that.
help more people when you were younger, or do you help more people now?
Well, as for the comparison, I would definitely say when I was a child or even younger than now, I didn't know about the support for others, and but today I think I'm doing my best on helping others.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer. I like it. Okay, great. Who taught you to help others?
Well, it only depends on the rules of the house. You know, my parents just tends me to be more openly and more introverted on people.
Not clear. More of you can say it depends on how you are raised. So in my case, I was raised to help others, and I actually did get multiple opportunities to help others. So I can definitely say that it's my parents. They taught me how to help others and when to help others. Blah blah blah. Okay, that is much clearer, right?
People's connection, yes, that's it.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next part. That is part two of the speaking test. This will
So far, okay, good. He got little variety in his sentences. He is using grammatical range. That's good. But in some places, there is lack of clarity. But otherwise, it's okay.
be a cue card. Here, I'm gonna give you a topic, and you
Mhm.
gotta speak on it for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, so let's skip to the cue card. This is the one I gave. Describe a family member you're close to. But is the one. So, who do you think you will talk about? Which family member will you talk about? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so let's continue.
When the time is
Well, shall I start?
yes.
Well, I'd like to talk about my brother that I said. Mm, he's just a 5 years old, and despite his
He's just a 5 years. Okay, or he's just 5 years old. Or he's a 5 year old.
age, he just thinks very critical, and the cognitive skills is also increased in the young generation.
Has also increased, otherwise cognitive development, good language.
And I think we have to consider about the young generation graphs. For example, nowadays, cognitive and critical and thinking like elderly is increasing among children.
Like older. You can say thinking similar to that of adults is interesting. You can go like that.
Like their brain is evolving very rapidly, I think.
That's actually true. I mean, I even had noticed that.
And as for the example, is my brother, as I said, and if I would say about the relationship, I would definitely say we can talk it. We can talk. I can talk with him in any
So here there's a lot of struggle. Okay. His language is okay, but here I can notice a lot of struggle while he's speaking. So that's not really good. Okay, a little repetition and all.
topics. For example, the last time while we are on a road of
While we are, when we were in a war,
kindergarten, I'm just
or when we were in, or while we were in, when we were is much better. While is
attending him together. We talked about the
talked, not talked.
topics related to the to his kindergarten, or just you can also talk about the theme that related on myself. For example, he can just resolve the problem that I cannot, or just even resolving the problems that even older people cannot.
So basically, he's smart.
And I think just this kind of a topic, this just kind of a topics and skills are increasing among the
Mm, struggle.
young generation, and that's why I find my that's why I think the youngs are very close for elderlies.
Again, that doesn't really make much of any sense. I don't really understand you.
Would you like to add something more?
So if you don't complete that 2 minute time, usually the examiners will ask you the same. Could you please add something more, or would you like to add something more? So it would be better that you stop when the examiner tells you to stop. Don't stop otherwise. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't have anything to say, you can, but it's better not to somehow drag it, something, conclude the answer or something.
No?
Mm, I think just for the evolution, we have to care them very carefully, and in the future
Just for the evolution, that sounds kind of robotic. In my opinion, I mean, it doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds natural, but for evolution, as you can say, for the sake of our future, I think we should really take care of the young generation really well. But here it's about a family member. You're talking about your brother. So I personally feel like you shouldn't really generalize it and go like this. Okay.
they would definitely become a major person, and they would
Okay,
definitely
thank you.
get
Major. Okay, otherwise they will definitely become adults. An adult.
their way in
Adults.
the society.
You
Mhm.
mentioned that we should look after them for evolution. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so sometimes examiners will actually cross question like this. Actually, they do. These are the follow-up questions, so be ready to answer what are the questions you are given. Okay, so if you kind of make something up, you should be able to actually answer the counter question.
Not by the evolution, but evolving their thinking. For example, they
Maybe cognitive development or personality development, whatever.
evolution of their brain. For example, I meant
Development of that.
that
So wrong use of words. Gone with lexical assault.
Okay. All right, I'll be asking you a few more questions related to this. Do you think your brother is smarter than you?
what did you say?
Do you think your brother is smarter than you?
Better?
It's clear for you guys, right? It's smarter. I said smarter, smarter, smarter. But somehow he didn't get it, but fine.
Smarter.
Smarter? I'm sorry. Mm, I don't think so, but he's smarter by looking at his age. He's just 5 years old, and he could even think better on the generation.
Not on the generation compared to the current generation. Something like that. Okay. Otherwise, I feel like it's okay, okay. And I'm actually looking for the notes I made on it. And I'm not able to find it. I think it was in some of the paper and I kind of lost it, maybe. I think yes. But anyhow, it's fine.
Okay, now let's talk more about family and all. Okay. How have family roles changed in recent decades?
So in part three, you're given a general question. So here, it's about your opinion. Okay. So some students think that, oh, I got to give the exact answer. You don't really need to do that. It's just your opinion, dude. Give your opinion.
Mm, according to last decade, I think caring for the family or just
Caring. I think the pronunciation needs work.
being closer for the family connection just change it rapidly, I think, because I've considered that
Not change it, it's changed.
10 years ago there was no any huge care for the parents or even the members of the family, but nowadays it's increased. So I think and many people are just caring better than the past, like visiting them to the somewhere or just giving more attention to them.
Okay. What
Again, I didn't really get clarity.
More
about
attention.
the role of every family member?
So here, he didn't really get the question. That's why I'm repeating myself. So please understand the question. If you don't ask the examiner to repeat it or explain the question to you, you can actually do that.
Did it change over time?
So basically, family role means traditionally, if you look, uh, the mother takes care of the children, looks after the house, and usually the father, the male figure, he'll just get freedom, but everything for the family, right? So that's about the role and who takes care of this and that. So the question is about that.
Role of
Yeah, like the normally the father goes to the
So sometimes the examiners explain it. Usually they do. If you don't understand, again, I'm telling you, ask the examiner what it means.
job and get money, and mothers normally stay at home and cook for the family. So do you think those kind of roles changed over time?
Yes, definitely. In a cutting edge technology nowadays and evolved technology, I think I would say that the roles of the family members, for example, I can
So here, like in between, he's using a lot of so it's better to avoid those kind of sounds, especially for your fluency. So please avoid those. Simply pause. I know why you're making that sound.
say that mother's role has changed at the last decade. I have heard about the position that mothers had was set on the home and cooked meals for their family.
Mothers used to stay at home and cook meals for the pet.
But nowadays it's becoming in reverse, and mothers are also working on workplaces and becomes the
Again, look at my face
Okay.
over there, and even right now, I'm not really getting it. So that's his problem. Otherwise, okay, okay.
Do you think men and
So you can say, I think the roles have really changed traditionally. Females used to look after the household, usually cook meals and look after the children, and males used to just go to work and get money. However, it has kind of reversed if you look back in the last 2 decades. So now men are kind of staying at home and women are working. Otherwise, both are actually working. So that is how the family roles have changed, in my opinion.
women now share household responsibilities equally?
school responsibilities.
Yes. Do you think men and women now share household responsibilities equally?
Yes, absolutely. And there is a
Mhm.
kind of person, there is a kind of people who are sharing their
There is a kind of it. Okay.
works together. Mm, for example, I saw family that cooking together the dinner or just working together in the workplaces, and I think it's a bit awkward because it would be a bit vague because just men would definitely become a cook in the
Okay.
kitchen.
So that answer is not clear, not at all. He barely could finish it even. And I don't know what he's trying to say. I think it's like, yeah, I think both are actually working together and it's weird, whatever. So work on it.
What challenges do modern families face?
A lot.
The challenges about the family problems or the house problems, for example, mm,
Families about the director. I mean, his point is fine, but again, not so clear.
just wife or just I don't know.
Don't say I don't. Whatever it is, don't say I don't know directly. You can say, to be honest, I don't really have any idea about this. So I think director, go like that instead of I don't know.
Okay. Um, let's talk more about these relationships. Okay. Is it important to stay in touch with older relatives?
What?
Is it important to
So in any question, let's say you don't understand any question, it's kind of rude. At least some consider it as rude when you just say what, right? So be polite. I told you how.
stay in touch with older relatives?
Yes, of course, because it would help to their children, for example, just staying with grandparents would be convenient for their children, like children.
Okay, thank you.
Again, he's struggling.
This is the end of your speaking test.
Thanks.
Okay, so I gave him some feedback. I think I gave him 6.5, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I took his mock. And surprisingly, he got a background for people. That's actually amazing. Okay, I did share the screenshot and everything. So he got overall 7 for speaking. So that's actually pretty great if you look at it. So overall, he was okay, but I have major problems with his fluency. The rest is okay. Right. With his lexical resource, GR and all, I'm okay. Even with pronunciation, I'm okay. But with fluency and coherence, nothing is clear. That's why I gave him a 6.5. So for this, he'll get around a 6 to 6.5. But if he can actually speak really well, like he did for his real test, then he'll get a 7. Dior got good language, but unfortunately, he struggled a bit, especially in part 2 and 3. That's why I gave him a 6.5. I think so. So for this, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. Actually, I can take multiple things into consideration and give a 6. Okay, so if you ask a different examiner, most likely they'll give a 6 to him. I don't think it will go below that because this dude got some language. Okay, but for me, this is 6. Okay, I'm gonna put it as 6. He can actually get a 6.5. I told him 6.5. Okay, I'm just being honest with you here. Okay, maybe in the mock test video I said 6.5, but it's a 6 to 6.5. So this video will go out like 6. But actually, he got banned, son. Remember that. Okay, so some things happened kind of overnight. All right. So if you're also looking for a similar mock test, you can get in touch with me through WhatsApp or Telegram and we can schedule it. Okay. Other than this mock test I provide, I got classes for IELTS, CELPIP, OET, and other English proficiency tests. So if you are willing to join my classes, you can get in touch with me. Other than the classes and mock tests, I also provide test booking assistance. So if you want my help booking your exam, of course you can contact me. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. See you with the next one. Tata. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe it. It's a must, and it makes me really happy. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye.